Me na Isatu Smile Sesay, and this is the program Talk to the Camera. Today the camera kawakana Prince of Wales Secondary School concerning the principal and vice principal where the board get for present to the Pekin'em today. And because of that, we want to know what the Pekin'em think about the new principal and vice principal where they don't get.
Who are new here, my name is Mohammed Emba. The M stands for Mamadou. I'm very delighted, happy to be here this afternoon to welcome distinguished guests, Honorable Prince Williams, and all well-wishers for this great school. As you all know, over the years, or perhaps the past 2 years to be specific, we have been having some issues regarding leadership in the school. But to be honest with you guys, we do believe in the existence of the Almighty. He has done it. Alhamdulillah. I want you to say, praise be to the Almighty. I can't hear you. Praise be to the Almighty. Mr. Chairman, teachers of the Prince of Wales School, both junior and senior, princely gents, I want to take this opportunity as the welfare president of the senior school to welcome you all to this August or February 14 gathering, or August 14 gathering, sorry. This is an important day, very important to us, to such an extent that we are seeing thousands of Prince Williams around because we want to do something which is going to be historical, an event which is going to be written down the books of history. So with all due respect, as princely gents, humble Prince Williams, committed teachers, dedicated teachers, please join me to welcome our noble guests, honorable members, and all well-wishers for the school. Let us give them a big hand.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Without wasting any time, we want to call on a gentleman, a true gentleman who came to Prince of Wales School, who has been a prefect of the great Prince of Wales School, head of the Literary Debating Society. We want him to have the honor to tell us exactly why we are here today, the declaration of purpose. Without wasting another time, I want to call on Mr. Malcolm Gabriel Manapana. Put your hands together.
Good afternoon. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I feel elated, punctuated with deep pride and honor to ascend this podium and tell fellow Prince Williams why we are gathered here today. On this 11th day of January, at this particular time, our boys should be in class learning on how they should be coupled.
I'm a chorister zone shout, eh? So I hope you can get me clearly. It is good that we are all gathered here today for just one purpose. And it is good that before I make my very brief statements here, let us hold a minute silence in honor of our deceased principal, Mr. Michael Augustine Bundo.
May his soul rest in perfect peace. Following the demise of Mr. M.A. Bundo, there was a need to have somebody succeed him as substantive principal of the Prince of Wales School. Be reminded that this is the greatest school in Black Africa south of the Sahara. And following his demise, our very competent, qualified, and dynamic Board of Governors started the process of having a substantive principal and vice principal of the senior school, as well as a substantive vice principal of our junior school. Whilst others were on Christmas, these dynamic gentlemen and ladies were finding a principal who will continue to spearhead the wonderful dates at the Prince of Wales School. on 6th January, a date many Sierra Leoneans remember for many odd things, the Ministry of Basic and Senior Education gave us a pride of a true Prince William to head our school. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, without much ado, we are here to install, unveil, reveal, and let you know who our next principal, vice principal, and vice principal of our junior school is. God bless our Prince of Wales School.
Thank you. So now we want to call on another gentleman who is the chairman of the Parent Teachers Association, a member of the board, to introduce to us, to unveil, like what Mr. Panav just said, the reason why we are here for us to see as pupils and staff our next principal and vice principal of the senior secondary school. Put your hands together for Mr. Savage.
Good afternoon, school. Good afternoon, school. I stand here on behalf of the Board of Governors, Prince of Wales School. As the speaker have already told you, to present the new elected leadership of this school. As you all know, we are dealing with a team, but now we are no longer talking about a team. We are talking about the leadership of the school. I stand here to present first the junior vice principal of this school by the name of Mr. Kirsten King. Mr. King. So, Mr. King will make short statement to this house. Hand over to Mr. King. The mic, please. You need the mic. Yes.
Hello. Good afternoon, school. I believe we are fortunate or privileged to have attended a very powerful school in the sub-Sahara. And it is by no mistake that some of us who have toiled since we graduated from university, we have been here teaching, and it's time for us to take the mantle to lead this school to the heights we've lost for so many years. We know Prince of Wales to be a very powerful and great school, and I believe we've lost that thing. But by God's grace, the principle you are going to get, or you've got, will lead you to that height. Some of you passed through my hand at the junior school, and I believe you know what I stand for. Yeah. You know what I stand for. Discipline. Yes, as students, you should know what are your rights and obligations as students. And that's what I stand for. So I believe you will be graced with your principal today. You know who your principal is. And God has given you a very great principal, which I believe will lead this school to a very higher height. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. King. And I think you all know the next person. She is also always with you, but today with a different position. So, on account of that, can I announce the name of Madam Asina Ayis as the new elected substantive Vice Principal of the Senior School, on behalf of the Board of Governors.
Good afternoon, school. All of you know me. I'm so happy today. I'm delighted to serve as the great Prince of Wales. I've been here for 20 years now, and I've been working with you. Most of you know that I'm very strict. I will continue to work to move Prince of Wales forward, okay? Yes, and we are going to raise standards. And you know this is a disciplined school, and we are going to work very hard so that Prince of Wales will be the best in the country, by God's grace. Thank you.
Yes, in continuity, I stand here with mixed feeling, as I'm going to meet somebody as my secretary, our Secretary General of the Prince of Wales Parents and Teachers Association, now with a newly elected position by the name of Mr. Abiodun, Mr. George Abiodun Lifef. He is now the newly elected substantive principal of the Prince of Wales Senior Secondary School. I now presented Mr. Lifef. Mr. Lifef.
Good afternoon, school. I know I'm not a stranger to you. And as such, I think my ascension to this position is a welcome attribute concerning the performance, my attitude and commitment throughout the years. Today marks the beginning of a new era in our school. Prince of Wales School, as the name implies, is not a school that should be where it is today. But my promise to you, as the new principal of this school, I want to assure you that all of us have great commitment. Our commitment is to come to school, dress like a princely boy, work very hard. My colleague teachers, I'll be talking to them after this meeting. And definitely, if teachers are in attendance, pupils should be in class. I want to assure you that I appreciate the work and effort of the Board of Governors in their effort towards a serious stride in ensuring that we have a principal installed in this position. Honestly, the work ahead is tedious. I cannot make comments on what is in front of me now, but I want to assure you that I will pick it up from where it is and make sure that we carry it up to the point where we want, where Prince of Wales could be second to none. I believe all of you here, you must have seen the investment which the old Prince William, or we can call them the alumni, because they are not actually happy with that name, calling them old boys. If you look at me, I'm not an old boy. I am also an alumni. And we used to have girls. We can call them Princess of Wales. They too, if we say old boys, then it's as if we are excluding them out of the whole affair. So I want you people, I believe you are proud to come to Prince of Wales because of the name that you used to hear, the records that we've set. I am somebody who is ready to break records. I'm ready to break records. As a pupil in this school, I still have the record for the 800 meters intermediate and senior board. It is there. A record that was set by the, Mr. William Akabi Davis, who is also a regular donor of trophies to this school. As a teacher, I rose to the rank. I started at the senior school when Prince of Wales was not even junior and senior, but Prince of Wales School. That was what I told the staff the other day, that we are not going to refer to this school as Prince of Wales Junior and Senior. We are going to refer to it as the Prince of Wales School. And that will be okay with me, and it should be okay with you as well. As a teacher, I can tell you that we have left an indelible print in the era of the BK exam. I taught boys in JSS 3 Blue that year. We have aggregate 6-2 in this school with 8-1. And up till now, that is an indelible print. No school in this country has ever got 2-6 with 8-1. They have got 2-6, but not 2-6 with 8-1. I was interviewed at the Star TV to show how come a boy, a teacher from Prince of Wales, was able to come up with that kind of result. And Prince of Wales still continue to blaze the trail. And I want to let you all put your shoulders to the wheel at this moment and know that we are determined to leave no stone unturned. By the end of this academic year, we should start to see light through the tunnel. Pupils should receive at least reports every term, at the end of every term, so that you know the direction to which you are heading. Teachers will come to class and teach. I will assure you of that. And all the support that we need, if we cannot muster it, I know I've got a lot of assurances from diasporan counterparts. They are ready to give their support because they trust in me, the responsibility that has been invested in me. I want to thank you once again. I want to acknowledge the presence of the high table. We have dignitaries here. Obviously, the person who introduced me is Mr. Alaji Savage. I cannot call all his name up to now. He's like a father to me. We've been working for quite some time now. And I have great respect for him, just as he has respect for me. Next to him is Mr. Jabez Rogers Wright. He has served in the executive as social secretary at one time, and he has been working relentlessly hard to ensure that we keep the niche within our hearts to see Prince of Wales move forward. Next is Mr. Shilon. I think, like to give the mic to them to give their personal introduction. So, please, allow me.
Good afternoon, Mr. New Principal. Good afternoon, Mr. Vice Principal and Miss Vice Principal. And good afternoon to my fellow Prince Williams. It gives me great pleasure to stand here today, this historic day, to celebrate a new beginning at our Prince of Wales School, Kintam. And I bring you greetings from the United States of America, all the different chapters that we have. I say to you today that we are extremely happy to see a Prince William heading this industrious institution. Please give him a round of applause. I will tell you that after he has been installed as the principal, I did my due diligence by interviewing a couple of students, ex-students and present students, and you will be surprised to know that he passed with flying colors. And I have all the information on my phone as to what they said about this distinguished gentleman. So, I want to assure you, Mr. Lefebvre, that all of us in the United States, we're going to stand behind you shoulder to shoulder, and we're going to do all our best to put Prince of Wales back on the map. What you have seen that has been done by all the chapters in the diaspora is just the beginning of what we are about to do. And I can assure you that if you guys are willing to do the work, if you guys are willing to put the effort, if you guys are willing to show that Prince of Wales is the apex of the best school and we are going to do our best to beat the rest, raise your hands. Very good, very good. I am so proud of you guys. And before I close, let me say this. I have introduced something that will give you guys an incentive, especially to the teachers. I am going to personally be in charge of a monthly teacher recognition. Not only going to be in dollars, but going to be in diverse forms, so that at the end of the year, we're going to have the Teacher of the Year award that you all will be present to witness. So, on behalf of the diaspora, I thank you very much. God bless you, and God bless the Prince of Wales School. Thank you.
So, distinguished old boys, the principal of the school, the vice principal of the school, and all these able-bodied ladies who have brought so much education to you. May I start by introducing myself? My name is Victor Akumengot, a class of 1968. And I'm also a former chairman of the Old Prince Williams Association UK branch. I bring you greetings from all and everybody from the UK, including my colleague here. We know you guys, we have you in mind. Some of us, let me remind you of the history. When we came to this school, we used to sit under that famous cotton tree. We all had dreams. And as I look at your faces today, I know you all have dreams. And we, as ex-pupils of this school, are willing to support you. We started a scholarship scheme. We've done a lot to do the teachers. And just like Mr. Shillon says, I also have a record in this school as one of the best geography students. And today I'm here as a Prince William, the first Prince William of first Sierra Leonean to come and work here as a World Bank expert on transport. So in celebrating that, I will now pledge that every year, the best students in geography, both junior and secondary school, will have my prize. And it's in pound sterling, not Leone. So I will not bore you too much. We have all our hopes on our principal here. We know he's a man of timber and caliber. And we're sure with his direction, you guys can be better than some of us who have now flown the flag in UK. And I can tell you another achievement. When you talk about the British Army, I will tell you the first person to ever be the squadron leader in the Royal Air Force is also a Prince William. Squadron leader 4. So, you guys have a lot to follow. We are here to support you. We thank you very much with anxious faces. I remember one thing we learned in primary school, which I'll recite. We are all going to our classes with clearance and faces to pay great attention to what we shall told, or we shall never be happy and clever. So in Prince of Wales School, we are the best and others follow. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon all. First of all, I want to congratulate the new Vice Principal for the Junior Secondary School, Mr. Kingston King, the new Vice Principal for the Senior Secondary School, Mrs. Cecilia Harris, and Mr. George Lefebvre, our new Principal. And you will be wondering, who is this person? I am Miss Ojufini Johnson, a former senior teacher in the school. I left in 2017. I am presently lecturing at Quebec College in the Division of Educational Studies. I was teaching chemistry and biology. Yes, I was in the science department. Mr. Yulia was the head of the science department. Yes. I did a lot when I was here. I worked in the laboratory. I tried to resuscitate the laboratory again, putting it in good shape so that you guys will be able to use it for the WAT exams. I was also the senior teacher moving around, checking that teachers go to class, attend to their classes, and what have you. We had to ensure that they went to classes, they taught their lessons, and I had to chase the boys at the back there. They would go and sit down there, you know, thinking of leaving the school before time. Again, I had a pleasant time here. But first of all, I want to thank the Board of Governors for selecting the new principal. I mean, it's quite an achievement. I mean, let us give a round of applause to the Board of Governors for that. And they have selected a son of the soil, a Prince William. And I'm sure, and I trust, and I believe God is good all the time, that Mr. Lefebvre will take this school to higher heights. Please give him a round of applause again, because he has unbreakable records. And we believe it's going to continue in that trend. And we're going to pray for it. We trust God. We know that it is going to happen. Again, I want to thank you all. And I pray that you cooperate all the time. And don't look on him as a wicked man. As somebody was telling me the other time when we were speaking, they call us wicked. He's not a wicked man, but he wants you to take your position in the world, just as we had from Mr. Akomengo, so that you will also be in places where you excel yourself, like the Royal Air Force Squadron, the first Prince William, to be the Royal Air Force Squadron. Okay, I thank you all for listening.
Hello, welcome to this interview. Your name?
Bahazid MCC.
Who that you be?
I'm the president of the Prince of Wales School LNDS, and also a school prefect and the debate captain one of the school.
Okay. We see today when I get good, as I can say, when I get an occasion I also today where they can present the principal, vice principal for SS. I'm going to make you tell me, what do you think about the principal and vice principal where they can present to now?
Well, a good idea, because during the past months we get a problem of leadership and administrative problems inside the school. We are in the therefore divide the leadership and call different senior teachers for making them steer the affairs of the school. But like now, in nice, we don't get a person where they don't entrust for being the principal. I think with your efforts and zeal for push Prince of Wales forward, we'll get a better school.
So what do you expect from this new administrative?
Well, first, I expect we could get a Prince of Wales senior school where they get the best WASC results as always. Because during the past years, we don't understand and say we don't lose that reputation there. We are in other schools that get the best WASC results when we get that results there and all. So now glad the way you don't come. I believe so with the efforts, we'll continue to get the best WASC results and the best better results.
What's another message where you go and send out there to the other Prince Williams then?
Well, I just want to tell them, say, make them feel easy and at home, because now we don't get a better Prince of Wales, I believe, because I foresee the future, and I believe, say, the Prince of Wales school will be great again.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Hello, welcome to this interview. Your name?
My name is Manuel Makati.
What's from you there?
SS3.
Okay, and we see today they can present to now the principal and vice principal for Prince of Wales. I want to make you tell me how you feel.
Well, actually, it actually is a nice performance by them done also. A nice principal that was being rendered to us and all. Even though there was a great loss for our late principal, Mr. Michael Ebundo, but due to the arrangements being done by the Board of Governors and all, it was really a nice decision made by them.
So what do you think about this principal, the new principal where I don't get? What do you think about him?
Well, to my own understanding, he's a nice guy, and then not only a nice guy, a disciplinary officer also. So I think due to the appointment of him as the new elected principal, I think the school will be moving forward now.
So what do you expect from him? What do you expect from the principal?
Well, I'm expecting him to change some of the administration and then the administrative things that are being done in the school. Let him bring new reforms and then...
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Hello, welcome to this interview. Your name and who that you be?
George Abiodun Lefebvre, and I'm the new principal of the Prince of Wales Senior Secondary School.
Okay, as you be the talk earlier, it's like now Prince of Wales you attend. I go want to make you tell we how you feel when you attend Prince of Wales and now you don't be the principal for Prince of Wales.
I feel quite elated. I'm very happy, and more so that there is this desire that I should work hard to promote Prince of Wales, to develop the school from the current state and to put it to a state wherein it will be enviable, especially with the flagship program in this country from His Excellency, that we are promoting this free and quality education. I have been looking at Prince of Wales. I was here since 1982. I've been associated with the school. And I know that this is not the Prince of Wales that I used to know. But for now, having ascended to this position, I think I should be able to give my utmost best to galvanize teachers, to work with the pupils as well, to make sure that the Prince of Wales School attain that height, wherein it should be compared second to none.
And also when you be the talk, you make mention of breaking record. I go want to make you make a straight for we. What do you mean about that?
Okay. As a pupil in this school, when I was attending, we have inter-house athletics meeting. I still have the 800 meters record, which was set by one William Maccabi Davis. He's now in London, and he's a regular donor to this school. He donates trophies. So, I mean, even in terms of sport, Prince of Wales is the only school, after sports meeting, when they give out trophies, the boys take the trophies home. It belongs to them, because William Maccabi Davis supports us with free trophies. And I'm talking about breaking records again. I have that record up till now. No boy has ever broken that record. And then talking about records, when I come here to this school as a teacher, I am the only teacher who have been the head of all JSS3. And in terms of the Becker examination, in the year 2014-2015, our boys took the Becker exams, and we had aggregate 6 with 8 ones. Schools have got aggregate 6, of course, but no school has ever got aggregate 6 with 8 ones. And those 2 guys, I can still remember them. They are now in the university. Malgassimo Barry and Patrick Conte. They were directly under my tutorship. They were in my class. So I think Prince of Wales has something to boast about. And if now I have attained this position, I think I will continue to work hard so that Prince of Wales in the WASC exam will definitely hit the mark again. We used to have the best results in West Africa when we used to have A-levels. So I think this time around, we work to having the best result in the country.
All right. One listening to you right now wants to know if this appointment came as a surprise.
Well, I can't say. because I work strongly towards it. I follow the due process. The due process, I mean, I applied, I was shortlisted by the board, and the board sent in their shortlisted candidates. The ministry also did their shortlisting, and then they conducted an interview. In the interview, I was successful. And in fact, I attended 2 different interviews. The second one, we did not have all the competitors, all the candidates. I competed the second time with Mr. Francis Gigbai alone. And not only that, they had other interviews. They did interviews with other, in terms of integrity, in terms of attitudes. And I think overall, just as you heard from the old boys representative there, I emerged as a successful candidate. So I think I'm overwhelmed. I'm happy because I know that I deserve to attain this position.
Hello, welcome to this interview. Your name and who that you be?
I am Bashir Bunduka, an old boy of the Prince of Wales School, and also a former teacher who taught in the Prince of Wales School for 7 good years.
And we see today the board can present the principal and the vice principal for senior secondary school for the Prince of Wales. I go on for make you tell me what this mean to the board as the principal for the Prince of Wales senior secondary school now wants a student from Prince of Wales.
Well, for we, it mean big thing. It mean big thing. You see, not only as an old boy we be principal, but as a teacher, we don't labor na Prince of Wales School for over 20 years. He don't the teacher, and one from Ekuna know say this very possible and turn principal today. It teach me na this school year so. So for we glady because it go through due process, and which one of this due process? Then shortlist them, it go through the interview, and the ministry give a letter as the principal of the school. So people like me are always in support due process, and we're happy for possible because even when I be teacher where he teach we, it make sure say it not only teach we for pass exams, but it teach we for make we be and make it a part of our life and be good people in our society. So now one person where I go tell you say I go trust me life that it go deliver, because in motto by then now for always ensure say we cover syllabus, and we believe say it go take we back na that height where you see the one old diaspora na Fritongo and at the world at large, all come for can support them and gladly with them must know say yes, it's a dawn of a new era, and narrative it don't change. So we're glad for this.
So as if they compete with another person we're not to Prince Williams attend, I go want for know what are some of the criteria where the board be put.
So again, we tell people in this, let the world know this. For make you be principal at Prince of Wales School, no mean say you na old boy. We repeat. For make you be principal at PO, no mean say you na old boy. The late principal will just die, not to be Prince William, but yet it served diligently for over 20 and more years, and we all give him we support because we know say he was able for deliver at the Prince of Wales School. He go through the late principal, go through due process, and he became the principal. So likewise, Mr. George Abiodun Lefebvre, he don't go through the due process, he don't serve diligently, we don't see in handwork. The contender came Prince of Wales School in 2016-2017 after a commot model where they run after him because of 1 or 2 kuskas we be getting. And then the late principal, the ministry, and send and Kandonga as a teacher. By then we have a vice principal who was there, Mrs. Harris. So he came here so as a teacher for can teach in 2017. At that time, I still a Prince of Wales School. So when he came Prince of Wales School in 2017, he was still there. So now then they make.
So since the history of Prince of Wales, now the first time this way, the old boys from Prince of Wales become the principal?
No. Mr. Horatio Nelson Williams na be the last principal na Prince of Wales School when I be Prince William. Horatio Nelson Williams. And we all see the contribution of Horatio Nelson Williams, how he improved this school. Mrs. Oru back when not Prince William himself improved this school. But we always know, say, George Abiodun Lefebvre don't take over 20 years, I repeat, 20 years. Me come Prince of Wales School, and I meet him like so. So I strongly believe, say, this is the right decision, man. And this is the right person for move the school forward. We there with him, we go support him. We see we all left with offices and for come here. We believe, say, it will make this school the best school where we want for seeing this country.
Okay. So what's now the message where you go on at?
The message to the Prince of Wales community, both the old boys, the board, the Ministry of Education, and all others. Let we support the principal. We don't go through the due process, and let we ensure say we support them for make able for give you good quality education. The teachers then get a responsibility for make the able for ensure say they give good education. As we, as old boy and well wishers of the Prince of Wales School, we go continue for motivate the teachers the way they're already there at the school, and we will continue for attract good teachers and for making the campus in Prince of Wales School. We want with Prince of Wales School to be the best school. So it's everybody's effort. If we not support the principal, believe you me, with all in good energy, with all the good thing that we out with Prince of Wales School, we're not going to succeed if we not support her. So the school, the teachers, the board, the Old Prince William Association Diaspora, and even in Freetown, we all need to come and ensure say we complement the efforts of the ministry and we complement the efforts of the principal for ensure say we get the best school and how we want them to be.
Thank you.
God bless you, my dear.
Hello, welcome to this interview. Your name and who that you be?
Alusain Bogba, Namina, the senior prefect for the Prince of Wales Senior Secondary School.
We see today the board of Old Boys Association from the Prince of Wales can present to now the principal and vice principal for the Prince of Wales Senior Secondary School. I go on for make you tell we as a senior prefect, how you feel?
Well, I feel great that the fact that we don't get another principal. And of course, if you be there where I be the give the vote of thanks, I mentioned say nah be my teacher GSS 2 and 3. Yeah, he was my teacher and he's very disciplined and he's a friend also. So I know with him in charge now for the senior secondary school, everything is going to be awesome.
As you say, everything is going to be awesome. What exactly una be they go through as students where na be challenges for una where una really want for a look into?
Well, some them be the way there were some teachers them be the way nobody can teach. Although there were dedicated teachers that were coming to teach, but then there get some teachers that way nobody come. But I know say Inge for address na here day as Inge am na in a speech. I know Inge for address that day because he's very disciplined. He's a friend also. I know him. He was the one that told me before I took my Beke the English. He taught me English. So I know him and I know he's going to work towards the good of our school.
As you talk about waiting in don't say and you say you know him. So if you're waiting on they expect from him it happen say and not deliver.
Well, I don't think that is going to happen. I have the faith that he's going to do great and he's going to achieve great things. Yeah.
So waiting at the message where you go at all waiting you don't say so.
Well,
message where you want to send to your company students there both they attend Prince of Wales, both GSS and SS.
Okay, so all I could tell them now that since we don't get these changes now, we have to work with them and let us be expectant and let us be coming to school so that they teach because they are teachers and so they should be in school always and then they are going to be taught and I know Prince of Wales again is going to be the best school in Sierra Leone.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
As the Prince of Wales Senior Secondary School for a long time now not begets principal, today the board for the whole Boys Association for Prince of Wales Senior Secondary School can present the principal and vice principal to the students them. And Yusuf don't listen. So what the students then say, as the one the way we talk to say, they're happy because they don't get principal. And then they hope say some of the challenges where they be they face, they're not going to get them again. Mina Isatu Smile Sesay. Until we meet again to another edition of the program Talk to the Camera, I say, Tata.